Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're stepping into the shoes of someone who's ready to make the most out of modern AI assistants. Maybe you've heard about Claude, Gemini, or ChatGPT, and you're wondering which one is right for you. Well, I'm here to walk you through how to pick the best system, use its features, and really get the most out of your AI experience. So let's go ahead and see how these tools can actually make your work and your life a whole lot easier. So, before we pick an AI assistant, let's talk about what really matters. It's not just about which model is the smartest. As a data scientist, or really anyone using these tools, you want to think about the whole package. That means looking at things like privacy, how easy the interface is to use, and what extra features you get. The three big names you'll hear about are Claude from Anthropic, Gemini from Google, and ChatGPT from OpenAI. They're popular for a reason. They give you a nice mix of features and reliability. Sure, there are other options out there, but for most people, starting with one of these three is the way to go. Now let me walk you through how these three AIs stack up. All of them are quick, have really advanced models, and let you use voice mode. You can use them to look at images and documents, run code, and even access them right from your phone. They also come with deep research tools, which are super helpful if you need to do more serious work. One thing that I want to point out is, to get all these features, you'll usually need a subscription. It's about $20 a month. When you're choosing which model to use, it's all about matching it to your task. Each system gives you a few different models to pick from. For quick chats or brainstorming, you want to use the fast models, like Claude Sonnet, GPT-4o, or Gemini Flash. But if you need deeper analysis, writing, or coding, you'll want to switch to the more powerful models, like Claude Opus, O3, or Gemini Pro. And for those really tough problems, there are ultra-powerful models like O3 Pro. Most of the time, the system starts you off with the fast model, so remember to manually pick the powerful one when you need it. Privacy is a big deal, so let's break it down together. Claude doesn't use your data to train its models, which is great if privacy is important to you. Gemini and ChatGPT might use your data unless you opt out, or if you're using special enterprise or education versions. With ChatGPT, you can turn off training and still keep all the features, and it even has a memory feature that tries to remember details about you, though it's not perfect. For Gemini, turning off training might mean you lose some features. So, as a data scientist, you will often need to check the privacy settings before you start sharing anything sensitive. Now let me show you why deep research features are so useful. These AI systems can actually generate detailed, well-cited reports for things like legal, accounting, or market research. They're also super handy for planning trips, finding gifts, or even getting a second opinion in law or medicine. Each system's deep research tool has its own strengths, so it's a good idea to try them out for your specific needs. It's much more reliable than just asking a simple question, and you'll often get sources you can check yourself. All right, so here's a quick example. We're going to generate a travel guide prompt together. Imagine you're planning a trip and want some help from AI. This is exactly the kind of thing you'll do in real life. So, I am going to go ahead and create a variable called prompt. We're setting it equal to 3 quotation marks. That's Python's way of letting us write a multi-line string, which is perfect when you want to type out a longer message. Inside these triple quotes, we'll type out exactly what we want the AI to do. In this case, I'm telling it that I'm going to Wisconsin on vacation and I want to visit unique sites, especially ones that focus on cheese. So we're asking for a guide that's tailored to our interests. And here, we're closing off our multi-line string with another set of 3 quotation marks. That's how Python knows we're done writing our prompt. Now, just a quick note, you can use this prompt in any major AI's deep research tool to get your own personalized travel guide. It's a really handy way to get recommendations that fit exactly what you're looking for. Let's talk about voice mode for a second. This feature lets you talk to the AI just like you're having a conversation with a friend. It works especially well in the Gemini and ChatGPT mobile apps. Voice mode is perfect for hands-free situations, like when you're driving or out for a walk. Just keep in mind, it usually uses the faster, less powerful models, and it might not always search the web. These systems are also multimodal, which means you can share your screen or use your camera for real-time help, like identifying a plant, solving a math problem, or translating text. Most people don't use these features as much as they could, so I encourage you to give them a try. Next, let's look at how you can create images, videos, code, and documents with AI. Both ChatGPT and Gemini can generate images whenever you need them, and ChatGPT gives you a bit more control over the results. Gemini even lets you create videos using VO3, though there are some limits if you're using the free version. All three systems can help you make documents, run analyses, build tools, simulate scenarios, or even make simple games. If you're working with code or need something more specialized, try features like Canvas in Gemini or ChatGPT, or just ask Claude directly. When you're working with AI, the best practices have changed a bit. You don't need to be a prompt engineering expert anymore. Instead, focus on giving the AI plenty of context. So upload documents or images or describe your situation in detail. Be specific with your instructions and break down your requests step by step. It's also helpful to ask for multiple options or ideas and to branch out by editing your prompts to try different directions. This way, you'll get richer and more useful results. All right. So here's an example where we're providing some context and asking for a few different options. This is just a quick comment to set the stage for what we're about to do together. Let's go ahead and create a variable called context. We're setting it equal to 3 quotation marks, which means we're starting a multi-line string. This lets us write a big chunk of text, just like you'd see in an email or a document. Inside this context variable, we're writing out a prompt. So here, I'm saying, I'm launching a B2B SaaS product for small law firms. Then, I'm asking for a cold outreach email that really speaks to their pain points around document management. And finally, I'm reminding myself to paste in the product details right here. Now we're closing off that multi-line string with another set of 3 quotation marks. This tells Python, hey, that's the end of our big text block. And finally, here's a quick comment to remind you. Just copy this context and paste it into your AI chat. That way, you'll get emails that are perfectly tailored to your product and your audience. Now let's cover some common issues you might run into. Sometimes AI gives answers that sound really confident but are actually wrong. These are called hallucinations. They're less likely if you use the slower, larger models or turn on web search. It's also easy to expect too much from AI, so always double check what it gives you, especially in areas you're not familiar with. If the AI seems unengaged, try having a back and forth conversation. Ask it questions or use features like show thinking to see how it came up with its answer. This helps you get better, more reliable results. All right, let's kick things off. This line is just a comment, letting us know that we're about to see an example of how to stress test your ideas using AI. Let's go ahead and create a variable called thesis. I'm using triple quotes here so we can write a multi-line string. That's really handy for longer pieces of text. Inside our thesis variable, I'm writing out a belief. In this case, that company X is undervalued because of its strong growth in emerging markets and some recent product innovations. And here, I'm just closing off that multi-line string with another set of triple quotes. Next up, let's create another variable called persona. I'm setting this to skeptical hedge fund portfolio manager, so we're giving our AI a role to play when it responds. Now let's make a variable called prompt, and again, I'm using triple quotes so we can write a longer message. Notice the little f at the start. That means this is an f string, so we can plug in variables right inside the text. Inside our prompt, I'm writing instructions for the AI. We're telling it, given the thesis and acting as our chosen persona, to list 10 reasons supporting the thesis and 10 reasons challenging it. The curly braces with thesis and persona will get filled in with our earlier variables. And here, I'm just closing off that multi-line f string so our prompt is all set and ready to use. Finally, here's a quick comment to remind us. This prompt is a great way to surface new perspectives and spot potential risks in your thinking. To wrap up, here are your next steps to become a true AI power user. First, pick a system and consider subscribing to unlock all the features. Switch to the powerful model and tackle a real task, making sure to provide full context. Try out the deep research tools for comprehensive information and experiment with voice mode in your daily routine. Remember, the most effective users go beyond just typing prompts. They analyze documents, generate lots of options, and explore different conversation branches. That's how you get the most out of modern AI.